let's say it again. What's your name? What school did you attend, and what's your major?
Hi, my name is Lynn Roberts. I attended Atlanta Metropolitan State College, where my major was organization leadership.
All right. So now, what's your age? What college did you originally attend, and what year, and what was your major?
I'm 60 years old. When I first attended college, was back in 1980. I attended Fort Valley State College, where I majored in education.
Oh God. All right. So after being out of college for 30 years, what made you want to go back?
What inspired me to go back was me working with kids every day, being a mentor, talking to them about college and finishing, and just felt kind of like a hypocrite where I did not finish. So just talking to one of the kids one day, and I told him if he finished high school, I would finish college, and so I did.
So tell me a little bit about that story. Go ahead.
Okay, the mentor story was I worked in Parks and Rec, where I had a kid that was in the suspension program, and just seemed to be a trouble kid. So I just started talking to him and found out that he was just lost, didn't have anybody to really care for him. So I kind of told him, I said, hey, if you just finish high school, I'm gonna finish college, because he asked me, how can you tell me what to do if you hadn't done it? I was giving him a lecture on finishing high school, going to college, and all of that. So that's what provoked me to go back to school to finish this time.
Where do you currently work, and what do you do there?
Well, I currently work for the city of South Fulton in Parks and Recreation. Normally, I work in a gymnasium or so, but right now I'm working at the tennis center, um, where basically I just rent tennis courts and meet new people.
So, what do you think your degree will is helping with that?
Right now, my degree is helping me more with organization, preparing myself to be more of a leadership role if I decide to do that. Apply for a leadership job before I go to before I leave, like leave in retirement in the next couple of years. Um, so yes, just what something I might want to do after I retire. Being able to, my degree would probably help me do something like working in someone's church or office.
So, what kind of leadership roles do you have? Do they have at your current job that you feel that the degree would help with if you were able to get one of those?
Um, being I've learned through this degree is more communication, being able to communicate. It taught me better skills on communication, working with people, organization, being organized, um, and just learning a little more about the government.
Say something.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Yeah, that sounds better in too. Okay. What were some of the obstacles that you faced when getting your degree?
Um, just one big obstacle that I think I had, and that was me being dyslexic, um, which caused me to be a little slower in processing of work. Um, being dyslexic has it's when um,
Okay, so that's my next question. Can you explain to people out there what dyslexia is?
dyslexia is a eye coordination, brain function, comprehension problem that where it takes you just a little longer to comprehend. With dyslexia, you can have issues with the running of your letters, the backwards. If you have the letter I and E together, they tend to switch. Just little things, having to be careful and just taking your time. It takes more time to comprehend when you have dyslexia. So that was my biggest challenge and fear of going back to school, wondering if I could get it all done and in a timely manner, and especially being online with doing it.
So, what was some of the things that you did to help with that?
What helps me with this is I write everything. Whatever, as I'm reading, I write. As I look at videos, I write. So just writing it down, going back and looking at it that way, write it down and reading it, which helps me. Um, or if I know something has to be done on a Thursday, I have to start reading it and comprehending it on Monday.
Okay, so do you think that being an online student that helped you more than being going into a classroom every day?
Um, yes, I think the online helped me a whole lot. It gave me just a little bit more leeway. Mind you, I was pressured a lot because um, not only do I have dyslexia, I like to have things done on time. Um, I am slightly OCD. So I like things to be done on time. I don't like to be late, and all that kind of presents its problem within itself.
So were you ever late?
Actually, no, I was not late, but I give thanks to my tutorer and helper that helped me stay on task and get things done.
All right, if you could go back in time to that girl in 1980 and tell her anything, what would you tell her? Or how would you tell her to do things differently?
Ah, um, I probably would tell her to keep moving, keep pressing, don't stop. Um, that I could do it. Part of that 1980 girl was, I feel like, a fear of failure. Um, I think I only went to college because it was a family thing. And I think if I had it all to do again, I probably would have done junior college first and made my way through and probably would have finished the first time.
So you think going to that school was one of the problems that you thought, well, in going to that school, do you think that's why you were kind of hesitant about going back because you thought they were all the same, or?
Um, no, I really think my hesitation of going back was me. My fear of failure, my fear of not being able to complete the work or get it done in a timely manner, um, being an adult and I guess not knowing where to seek help or ask for help, for that matter, and not wanting people to know really that you suffer with ADHD.
So how did you combat your fear?
Oh, help. uh, having a family behind me, having a team behind me, having my tutor behind me, to push and give me that extra you can, um, working with kids and giving them, always mentoring them, telling them what they should do, and just that thought of not being a hypocrite, just jump in there and let's get it done.
So how did you work? I mean, how did you balance your work and school life? Like, how did you conquer that?
Well, fortunately enough that I started back school during COVID, which I was home a lot. And when I went back to work, I was fortunate enough to be in an office where people were still not coming in, so I still had time to kind of adjust and read and have that quiet time where I could write and get everything down. Not sure how I would have handled it to begin with if COVID hadn't started.
So I know in the end, like COVID was almost done. So how did you balance that then when you actually had to kind of get back into the swing of working and going to school?
Basically, just trying to fill every gap I had, even at work when I had downtime. I would try to make sure that if I had work, I would try to get it done. Like I say, my tutor and stuff, I'm sure they were very annoyed with me at times because um, I'm always thinking it's something due, it's something late. Did I get it in on time? What did it look like? Do I need to redo it? So just having those people in my life kind of kept me balanced. Really and truly, if I didn't have that, I don't even know if I would have made it to graduation in May.
So when you finally reached that pinnacle to graduation, how did you feel?
Um, it was a it was a joy that just kind of unexplainable, overwhelming joy. I guess proud of myself um, for for actually sticking with it. Cause there were some nights when I wanted to quit, um, but just knowing that hey, you're here, get it done. Um, like I said, just staying on it. Some nights I know I did the wrong stuff, the wrong work, trying to make sure I was, trying to stay up with it. But again, like I said, grace of God and the people that I had behind me, I think without family and people behind you, sometimes you just can't succeed.